just...
To continue that conversation, Mike, if you want to add more in, you can.
I threw in just like a couple. Nothing too big.
Oh, and you know what I just realized? StreamYard also fixed that weird thing where everyone didn't mute at once, so that's not awkward now. Oh, when you do the intro? Yeah.
Oh, if someone's talking?
Yeah, like it won't like mute, like that weird thing, and then it makes me very sad to edit.
Nice. I can imagine. Hi, everyone. We were talking over StreamYard updates. So it's been a minute. Mike could not do the podcast last week. Keona's got some stuff going on, so we just skipped last week. So, yeah, we are back for this week, and this is probably going to be a lighter podcast, despite the fact that we had a week off. It's been unbelievably light for topics, so yeah, might be a little bit of a shorter podcast than normal. But anyway, hi, I'm Rian. Let's talk about our weeks. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, so last week I got some pretty earth-shattering news, at least for our family. There was a death in the family, and the funeral is going to be this weekend. But
yeah, I'm so sorry, man.
Sorry, man.
Thank you. But in spite of that, I kind of forced myself to have like a great weekend. Really taking advantage of the Labor Day weekend. Saw a couple of great movies, and including one of them, I got to see Jaws on the big screen.
Nice.
Yesterday. So
excellent.
That was awesome.
Very nice. Nice. Wow. Okay. Oh, it's doing that thing. Free. Go ahead.
All right. I just abused my new power. Oh, hold on. Oh, because you have to hit add, huh? Anyway, boom. So
we have sound effects available on StreamYard now. Prepare for this to get really dumb.
Oh, so dumb. Speaking of dumb, perfect segue, Brock. Nice. So, latest episode of Lay Crap is out. It's War of the Worlds. Let me just say, like, this was actually kind of
I thought it was War of the Amazon.
God, I wish. But so it took us like nearly 4 hours to record. The final podcast is 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is longer than the actual movie. And I am like 95% sure we are the longest War of the Worlds review on YouTube. So that's
probably one of the only ones as well.
No, everyone and their mother's going at this. But we actually took the effort to like not just do dunks. Although there are plenty of dunkaroos that we had. And then other cool thing that's kind of happened to me in the last 2 weeks or so. Zach, aka Heisers, actually sent me a belated B-Day gift. And let me just show you some of the things that I got. So we have Derpy Marcel from Dungeon Meshy.
God.
And then, oh, Brock, you're going to love this. You're going to die.
Oh, boy.
If you know your voice actors, which I know you do, Brock.
I do. Oh, my God.
It's
Pro ZD. So
yeah. And it glitters, which is even better. So it's Senshi as Abby. And then this is probably like the coolest thing of all. So, and I'm just going to show it on my laptop. So I write, and then I have a character in one of the scripts that I wrote, whose name is Kate. And Zach made a little, let me get it on the right side of the screen, a little chibi sticker version of her right on the side.
That's
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I have a few extras right here. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise that I was not expecting. So, and here's like the other thing, just to juxtaposition this, just for like the humor of this. So, between War of the Worlds and freelance, so I was like editing like really stupid shit, for my podcast while reading this. Yeah, that was my week.
That's
right.
certainly a thing. Uh,
Well, hey, look, I'm kind of skipping back and forth, but hey, if you want to hear about like Balinese culture, I got a book for you.
you know, at the moment I'm okay, but I'm never taking opportunities off the table. All right. So for me,
Oh, thanks, Zach.
I had relatively boring weeks, but pretty good weekends. I've normally felt pretty good about being a going to be 35-year-old. This past weekend, my mom and my sister Jenna took all my nieces and nephews to Mount Olympus, which is in Wisconsin Dells. It's a water and roller coaster park. And I love roller coasters. I do. There is one there that goes around 70 miles an hour, dives under the parking lot, does a whip around, and then comes back. I used to be able to ride that thing 6 times in a row.
Oh no.
I rode it once, and I felt like I got whiplash, and then like we rode another one, and I felt perfectly fine because the seats were different. And then right before we're leaving, my nephew Jet, who was like very happy that I was the one adult that would ride roller coasters with them, he's like, "Can we go on that one more time?" I'm like, "Yeah, buddy, we can." I felt like I went 14 rounds with Tyson that second time I went on there at the end of the day.
Ooh.
Ooh, maybe it's just the track's aging and it's just kind of a little bit harder.
I don't know, but like I could feel my chiropractor just like getting giddy as I was getting off the ride. It was, oh boy, was that a thing. But I had a lot of fun with that. I got to hear, nothing is better than late night talks with your nephews when they start finally saying the things that they don't say in front of their parents, but they say in front of you because you're their cool uncle that won't judge them.
Yeah.
So
My nephew.
So I got to hear all sorts of stuff about things going on and all there's that. None I'm going to share on here, but I was about laughing until I cried for a good hour and a half on the drive home. But I did go to a convention, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, that I got some really cool connections with people. The crew of people that were all Devil May Cry fans, including some that are starting to run panels that want me to help them with some at some cons coming up. So that is very cool. Some prop makers, some other things. And I got my first, like, at a con legit kind of photo shoot done with a photographer.
Yeah, I saw those. They were on, like, your Facebook and your Instagram. Looks legit.
Yeah. My new favorite photo of all time. The only thing that irritates me, and we didn't realize it until after we did everything, so I forgot to take my fucking lanyard off when you're taking the photos. So I was like, damn it. A lot of those look great, but then you see the freaking con lanyard sitting in a thing, but it's like, it's whatever, it's fine. And then one of the people that I met at the convention was like, it's okay, you'll just say that he's a con attendant, it's fine. But like, I was very happy with how a lot of those shots came out.
Nice.
But like, one thing that I'm noticing now as I get older, that is a 5 o'clock shadow that I'm growing already. I shaved that previous morning.
Wow.
This shit's getting outrageous. Like, I'm looking back at these photos, I'm like, every day for convention, I'm gonna have to shave each morning now because this shit grows like weeds. But yeah, no, it went good. I will have a slightly different wig that actually has like proper like sideburns and stuff. That's why this stuff is supposed to be all the way over, and now it's down because otherwise I have to like shave my sideburns like up into the top end of my head, and it looks really weird. But I also have a person comment, they're like, your eyes look a little big, and I'm like, that's what happens when you work in a factory and you get barely no sleep. But anyway, but yeah, that was a ton of fun. So I got a couple more people that suggested other things and wanting to do actual photo shoots now that they know that I'm into them. So there's going to be more stuff like that happening. So I'm quite excited about that. And my friend Cassier, anyone who follows him on Instagram, he's a great guy, did that for nothing. So I was very happy that he was able to do that for me. That was a good time. But yeah, I got to meet, there's a good amount of people there, but I got to meet Courtney Taylor, or Courtenay Taylor, who is Jack from Mass Effect, character that I like quite a bit. Interaction I have with her when we're looking for autographs. She's like, "Hey, share that on your Instagram, and I'll like favorite it. I'll share it as well." I'm like, "Oh, cool, that's nice." She's just like, "Make sure you tag the right person." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "My name's spelt really dumb. It's Courtney Taylor. Because if you tag Courtney Taylor, that's a porn star. Don't tag her." I'm like, got it. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna watch, and you make sure I tag the right one. She just laughed. She goes, "Good deal." But I will give this con a lot of credit. I have been to major cons that get like 30,000 people to them. This one probably was lucky if it got like 3 or 4. This is the best setup for getting photos with the voice actors and stuff. They had an actual like giant standee with a freaking like 2 foot by 2 foot ring light in front of a banner that they took the photos for you, grabbed your email, and then sent it directly to your email instead of you needing to grab your phone or whatever. And they took you to a table that was like 2 feet off of where the photo was being taken. And then you got in, did the whole thing. They made sure you got it and you were off. Instead of needing to fumble with like normally, I don't know if you guys have both been to conventions where it's like the helper has to come out, grab your phone, take the pictures, make sure they look good. Just like, how do you guys have this great setup? Like, I guess you have more tables and all that stuff, but yeah. What was it? Courtney Taylor. God damn it, Umbria. It was Jenna Jameson. Anyway, but yeah, so that was a good weekend. That was one of the best cons I'd ever been to, honestly, for a very small con. And I will tell you, they had vendors with food and they had catering just for the con with food that had the cheapest con food I've ever been to in my life. When I typically go to any of the cons in Milwaukee, there is a place called Pizza Shuttle that goes there that I normally get. It's $8 a slice, but it's really good. And it'll fill you up after 2 of them. But the water is like $5.60 if you want to buy one. Ridiculous. At this con, they had like a thing out with like corn dogs, other things like wings, like chicken, a whole like buffet line out in like a main drag hallway where I got 5 good-sized wings for $5 and like a bottle of water for like $1.50. That blew my mind how cheap that food was. For a convention, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with like a lot of cons. Most of my experiences like for like super like big cons, like, you know, my ceiling is like New York Comic Con. So like obviously we're talking like a different scale. But I kind of find like and this is from what I've heard and what I've like experienced between that and like Lightbox, which is still like kind of on the smaller spectrum, but like I would say that's like kind of like mid-tier. Like they might, you know, through the whole weekend get like close to 10,000. Like I don't have the numbers, but the thing that I notice is that a lot of the times when you have like these big like companies or whatever that run cons, like, yeah, it's like more efficiency of guests, but I kind of feel like the experience for the con goer is kind of thrown on the back burner.
You have to figure out certain stuff as you go along where they kind of do that secondly. Like, we could do this for a little bit since we're, you know, it got the largest amount of topics this week. Like, was that 2 years ago? Or was that last year? Either 2 years ago or last year. I want to say it was last year at Twin Cities Con, which is one of the biggest conventions that I normally go to in shocker, the Twin Cities. They have this big, huge convention center that like all the conventions around there go into. It's connected by the Skywalk. Anyone who's not been to the Twin Cities, there's like a Skywalk network across a good chunk of it where you can get to like most of the entire city without ever having to step out on the street. And there's like strips of like other stores on the inside of the thing too, and it's really intricate. It's really awesome. Although half the stuff inside of it shut down on Sundays, I found out, which whatever. But anyway, so I go to this and Ian McDermott and Hayden Christensen were guests. So they had, and the one thing I hate about it, like they have, you know how they have the S-shaped lines you can go up and down? So like prop check is at the way ass end by the front door, and then you have to go through this asinine, like, 30 rows of zigzag lines to get to the front to then exit out the door that you could just get to from the front. But no, they make you walk through all of that. So then when I was in my Nero cosplay, which is like prosthetic arm, wig, jacket, the whole shit, it's like if I'm getting out of this thing, it's an exercise. So I go get out of that. We go and get food at this like 80s themed diner that's right next to the Hyatt in Minneapolis. Highly suggested if you're ever in that area for whatever reason. Some of the best food I've ever had in my life. They do drag shows on the weekends in like the upper floor too, if you're interested in that. But and then we get back in and I get changed, and I see what I can only describe as the human version of salmon swimming upstream.
Oh.
To get through that thing. And like Sting, the wrestler, was supposed to be there. Swerve Strickland, the wrestler, was supposed to be there. Danhausen was supposed to be there, and like Danhausen was there. There was a couple other people that canceled. So then this whole row of where their booths were supposed to be just got turned into more line for Hayden Christensen. And then it just went like down here, through an L shape there, back around, and like further down the walkway, which was clearly a fire hazard. And it just became, even if you had VIP, maybe you're going to get to see the outside of his table. Like, how did you guys not plan this better? And like now they just announced that Giancarlo Esposito is going to be there this year. Like, that's going to happen again. And what would have happened if those people wouldn't have canceled to where you wouldn't have had that extra room to run that line through?
Mm-hmm.
So just like, why? And then they had like one, because you have to go through metal detectors. They had one set in one door that you could go through to get through. So you have the salmon trying to get through one door and the people who are already been prop checked waiting to get in. Like Twin Cities Con, I love you. If anyone from there somehow sees this, fix that. It's like one of the only gripes I have with your entire con. Other than the fact that when it stopped being Galaxy Con, you guys stopped having cosplay wrestling. Bring that back. Save some of the money on the giant amount of names you're getting and bring back cosplay wrestling. That was some of the funnest times I've ever had in my fucking life, being drunk off my ass watching cosplay wrestling.
That sounds amazing. But yeah, I've had experience, if you're talking about fire hazards. So like last year at Lightbox, and this is like the second time it happened. So it was like the year after Arcane went out, they decided to have like the Arcane like IS panel and a little IS classroom that holds maybe, if we're being generous, 200 people. Meanwhile, there's like I would say 1,000 people like wrapped around the building. So they're like, okay, the fall is, the next time Arcane comes up, it's like, okay, we'll give it a bigger room. So they put it in the Netflix room that Netflix was doing all their panels. Do you want to guess how big that room was?
I'm going to guess 300. Barely
close.
Bigger.
Yeah, like if 400. Meanwhile, they had like another like unrelated Arcane panel of one of the artists in the giant amphitheater that sits 1,200 people comfortably. And here's like the thing too, and this is like stupid. Like even you had a ticket, like, because I came too early, so I left and came back, and there was like no tickets. Like you had to physically be there to get like a paper ticket. I'm like, why are you not doing this digitally? Why are you just not putting everyone into a lottery to get in the panels so that people are, because like half the time I'm waiting in line, like, oh, am I gonna get it? Am I not gonna get it? Like I could be at the artist alley or like doing other shit.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, in this day and age, it's like ridiculous. Like, if we want to be fair to everyone, put everyone in a lottery system for the popular panels. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. I mean, that's kind of what New York Comic Con did for like screenings and stuff. They're like, okay, like, because that's how I saw the world premiere of Chainsaw Man before anyone else. They're like, okay, here's like 3 different things. We're going to put you in a lottery system and you'll get your pick of the 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Or if you're going to give away tickets, you cap the shit when you have the room capacity done.
Which is what they did, but they had so many people, like, that shit should have been done in the outside, like, not in the actual building itself.
yeah, that's. I did some of those ways with conventions where they do certain stuff. Like, what was that Kitsune Con? I went to Kitsune Con this year. That was the convention where I finally got to meet Christine Cabanos, Mako's voice actress, and Brittany Karbowski was there. For people who don't know, Brittany Karbowski is a very talented, very popular voice actress. Possibly one of the bubbliest and most just out there, just making you feel like you're being attended to voice actors I've ever seen. And originally, they had the voice actors at different times in different rooms doing stuff, which normally, for my money, I like you having a table, and when they're at the table, you can get signatures. The voice actors are normally very good about saying, I'm going to be here at blank and blank at time. I'm getting food at blank and blank at time. I'll come back if I got or whatever. So then they randomly, and speaking again of it, KitsuneCon had cosplay wrestling. They just shoved it in. Do you guys know if GalaxyCon do any stuff like that? GalaxyCon is originally the one that does cosplay wrestling, which they're coming back not to Minneapolis, but now to Milwaukee. But they're having it the same fucking weekend as Twin Cities Con because no one likes to look at dates. Don't do that next year, GalaxyCon. Anyway, but like they had them in rooms, and then all of a sudden they're like they moved all this into there. Now you had a hallway where they had tables, table, and a giant line going all the way up for mostly Brittany, and then all the other voice actors hidden behind this line going to Brittany.
What?
Most of these people being women who are 1.5 feet shorter than me. There was one guy, and he was still only up to my shoulder. So if you're not looking right, all you're seeing is a giant line going to Brittany Karbowski and nothing behind it. Now, the people that got in the line, that one line was taking so long, they essentially just stopped at the voice actors, got an autograph, and then just stayed in line for Brittany, but no one that was walking by had any idea what was going on. It was one of the worst autograph setups I've seen in my entire life. And it's just like, how about you have this 4 wide lane hallway, you set the lines going toward the people, and then you just usher them through a little faster. But what do I know? I've just only been to like 14 cons at this point. You get a hint of what works and what doesn't. But yeah. Anyway, that could be a whole entire another, just a singular podcast of talking about con experiences. We actually really should do that. But anyway, all right, we have some topics to talk about. I didn't see this. Oh boy. Oh boy, I gotta look at this. And okay, I guess Bree, buy or sell that Anne Hathaway politely confronted paparazzi on the Devil Wears Prada 2 set when child actors were present for filming. You guys have to relax. There are children on set today. Does that mean that everyone know that there are child on set today? So everyone is going to relax, and we're going to have a very nice day because we have children here. Thank you.
I mean, she was polite about it, but also because of like privacy laws, it's like she's doing them a favor, and also their kids, and you just need to like go off set. Like I know they're in New York City, and it's kind of hard to like shield all that stuff, but it's like studios really need to get a better hand at clamping down on like, you know, people taking unauthorized set photography.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Also, just an evergreen statement: paparazzi can fuck off forever.
Oh, 100%. I can't remember. There's a great photo. I can't remember who it was, but a celebrity, it was a male, I can't remember, stole one of the paparazzi's cameras and ran off with it. I can't remember who it is, but there's a fantastic shot of him just hauling ass down Midtown New York, and this paparazzi's like speechless as he ran off with his camera.
That is amazing.
God, part of me wants to say it was Keanu Reeves, but I'm not sure.
But that is like such a New York thing to happen.
Oh, it's so great. But like, another story with that, anyone who watches wrestling, a big thing that I wish I could deck people in the face that like stalk WWE superstars at airports.
Oh God.
And like Rhea Ripley being, you know, a great wrestler on top of being unbelievably attractive.
Mm-hmm.
There was a famous thing of like her at an airport being interviewed by someone, and like she was in her street clothes with her bags, and then you see Kevin Owens like pull up behind her, make sure to know if she was okay or not, and then Rhea kind of shoots him off, and Kevin had this look on his face like, if she tells me you're bothering her, I'm about to bend you in half. Because like you'll see people where it's like Rey Mysterio has talked about it before, where like you'll see people like find them at airports with like a wheelbarrow full of like posters
Like,
and Funko Pops trying to get them to sign them.
I was gotta say
sell.
Funko Pops. It's like they do it with the voice actors too. It's like really creepy.
It is, and that is why at a lot of conventions for anybody who goes to them, you'll see why there's higher prices on Funko Pops, because you'll see people with literal like wheelbarrows or like what I want to say wagons pull up with like 40 of these fucking things and expect them to sign all of them just so they can sell them.
No,
so their biggest deterrent is to make that signature like $30 more expensive than a regular one that would be like a personalized nice photo.
Yeah, I think several conventions might have banned like wagons too, and like also have like a capacity of like how many items you can sign.
A good chunk of them also just don't do Funko Pop signatures. Also, I've seen that. I wonder too, because it's like, why? I understand scalpers do ruin everything. I'm not even a Pokemon person, but I can tell you that much.
Oh my god! I just see like the Disney stuff, which we'll get to later. D23. I remember the last D23 was like the merch line. Someone put like the music from the Stampede and the Lion King over like people running down to buy merch. It was the funniest shit ever. It's like da 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 da. Meanwhile, everyone in like their Mr. Toad shirt is probably a little bit heavy set. It's just zooming out there like a Mach speed.
Oh, 100%. It's you find different breeds of people when you go to conventions. That's all I gotta say. It's weird seeing how people deal with stuff like that, and it's weird seeing how different voice actors deal with stuff like that, because you'll see some that are like very shy, and they're obviously do these conventions like all the time. But then you'll see certain people that are like war-torn, like veterans in the army when it comes to dealing with your situations. And I know we're doing side tangents, but again, we ain't got a lot of topics to talk about. When I went to Midwest Gaming Convention and I got to meet the Devil May Cry cast, like it was basically everybody except for Johnny. Because Johnny was in, I want to say it was Los Angeles for the premiere of Devil May Cry, the animated show. And like they were having a good time doing whatever, doing all this, just going around, and all of a sudden it came time for like the thing, and you see Dan go from this serial trained like martial artist doing all the cool poses, having a fun time, geeking out and playing around with everybody, go, all right kids, we got a new photo ops hallway now, go, come on, let's go. Like, what the hell? You see him getting there organized, everybody. I'm like, he's totally the mom of your group, and I see that right now.
Yep, he's the soccer mom.
It was awesome. It was so great. Dan, if anybody has a chance to meet Ruben Langton, Dan Southworth, Brian Hanford, or Faye Kingsley, or Johnny Young Bosch, who I haven't got a chance to meet yet, but I've seen more than enough. Like the coolest group of people I've seen at a convention in my life. They're so fucking funny. All right, Mike, buy or sell the first trailer for Marvel Zombies?
Oh, hell yeah, I buy this. I also buy the fact that they used baby metal for the needle drop. That was cool.
Yes, yeah. More weebs in the music department, please.
The shot of Spider-Man ripping off like 10 zombies' heads with webs. Also, how are we getting our first official costumed on-screen in-action version of Blade in Marvel Zombies, and he's not voiced by Mahershala Ali?
I don't get it.
We finally have Blade, and it has nothing to do with him.
Who's he voiced by?
I don't know.
Todd Williams.
That blew my mind. Like, I saw a thing a while ago that, like, at this point, it was when the costumes were given away to sinners, where someone commented underneath there, Mahershala Ali needs to be allowed to hunt Kevin Feige for sport at this point.
I mean, 6 years and still nothing to show for it.
God, unbelievable. All right, so we got some other. We're just going to put that in the general discussion stuff because that's more actual topic. But all right, give me 1 second here. I need to bring this photo up. Where is it? I'm normally prepared more than this, but you know. Alrighty, so where is it? Oh yeah. All right, buy or sell the very first look from Clayface. Mike.
So far, that looks pretty good. I still don't quite know what this movie's going to look like. I just know that I'm excited to see a horror film set in the DC universe.
It's gonna be interesting. That is for sure. I like that it looks disgusting.
Yeah, like he's clearly been through some shit.
He's been through some stuff. He looks genuinely disgusting, and I appreciate that. Looks more like something from Fan of the Opera reboot. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Because I kind of wouldn't mind them doing a little bit of that here.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's better than the Gerard Butler one. But no, it looks good. So yeah, it looks very like down to earth. Like you could definitely see, you know, in this disfigured state, you know, why he would be so desperate and like how he becomes Clayface.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, that looks sick. I cannot wait for that. Alrighty then. Bree, buy or sell that Nicolas Cage is in talks to star in True Detective that I did not realize was on its 5th season.
God, please, yes. And in all seriousness, though, it would be interesting to see Nicolas Cage kind of go back to more of his roots and with like a more serious role, like kind of the stuff that he was doing like in the 80s and 90s. I still have to finish watching True Detective, but it's kind of interesting. I mean, True Detective is one of those shows like the first season, then this season 2 is like whatever, and like 3 we don't really talk about. But the more recent stuff has been like pretty good. So yeah, I'm interested. I mean, look, Nicolas Cage can do whatever he wants.
This is also the second TV show he's doing right after Spider-Man Noir.
Oh yeah.
So it is kind of cool. He's doing 2 like detective shows back to back.
That is cool. I think I remember from True Detective is like, yeah, man, you should really watch True Detective. I'm like, okay, cool, what's going on? And I got 2 things instantly. You get to see Alex Stinson. Also, the story's great. I'm like, you could have told me the story was great and then led into Alexander Daddario. Like I would have watched the show for the story and then been pleasantly surprised with that. But it's like, that's how it went on. It's like, and then that was how it was for every person that watched it years after that designed it, was those 2 things in that exact order every time. I'm like, guys, if they weren't in there, it still is a really good show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get it. That scene is hot as hell, but come on. It's actually genuinely amazingly written. All right. Bree, buy or sell the, I guess, teaser for Return to Silent Hill.
What a shocker. They're making another Silent Hill game. I mean, it's Silent Hill. It's like, oh yeah, why not? You know,
because the director of the first one, I guess.
Oh, really?
Christoph Gans, I guess, who did I don't remember which one, but supposedly did one of the original movies.
I think he did the one in 2006.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think anything to distract gaming fans so that they don't have to bitch about the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake for like the umpteenth week in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it is. That's still one of the most wicked shots, if anything, is when I got to see Pyramid Head completely de-skin a woman in one shot, and I can't remember which one it was. It was like, that was metal as hell. I don't like that they made Pyramid Head just the standard boogeyman for all of Silent Hill, but, it is what it is. Mike, buy or sell the trailer for Season 2 of Devil May Cry?
Just yes. Yes, I'm all in.
I am all in as well, but I have to bring up something. Everyone in this trailer is making fun of Virgil because of where his hairline sits. If you sat his face right next to Dante's and you pulled Dante's hair back, their hairline's exactly the same.
Yeah.
So if you're saying Virgil's going bald, technically so is Dante. I don't mean to be that guy, but that's one thing that a lot of people don't actually realize. How far back a normal human's actual hairline sits. Like, I've seen a lot of characters drawn in some anime and some other things where, like, their hairline sits, like, here. That's not how that works.
Yeah, no.
Give me credit, mine's a little further back because I'm balding, but, like, that's not how that works whatsoever. Your hairline is not a half an inch off your eyebrows. Like, what are we doing? I guess I'm going to buy or sell this one because it's a gaming one. They can't get the hardware. Nintendo is reportedly telling would-be Switch 2 developers to release on Switch instead, as Switch 2 development kits continue to be scarce after launch.
Ouch.
I funnily buy that. How do you not have enough dev kits? How?
Like, guys, what are we doing here?
I guess they underestimated their own hype machine that they built somehow.
It's like there's that, and it's also they advertise this damn thing as like, hey, we can finally play everybody else's games on this now. We're not going to give them a dev kit in order to release it on here. What are we doing?
Oh, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Bacon.
Bree, buy or sell that a Call of Duty movie is officially in the works at Paramount.
Oh, how exciting. Joy of joys. What's this? Oh, another Soldier franchise based off a popular IP? I'm sure that will do as well as G.I. Joe and Halo.
Here's the honest to God thing. Halo didn't do good genuinely because it was bad. Genuinely. Misinterpretation, whatever the character. That's fine. There's actual good story in Halo. And if Kino was here backing up on that. On G.I. Joe, again, they kind of just didn't know what they want to make with movies. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if Call of Duty players want the games to just be made in the movies.
I mean, what is there to say? Because otherwise, it's like, hey, there was a really good Call of Duty game that came out nearly 20 years ago. It's called The Hurt Locker.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm going to get at. Because if you don't make the movie... if you don't make the Call of Duty movie, because the games are cinematic enough to where you're just shooting every now and then. It's just a movie for the most part, outside of, especially lately. If you don't make the Call of Duty movie based off Call of Duty games, then what makes it a Call of Duty movie?
Zombies?
Well, they're not going to do that every time, but it's like, what makes it not just be an army movie?
Right, not only that, but, like, so much of Call of Duty is, like, the first person shooter, like but anytime someone, like, because remember, like God, what was that movie that they shot, like, the grope? I cannot talk. The GoPro movie where they just shot
Hardcore
it
Henry.
yeah, and that didn't really do good.
No, and it's like Heiser's even with branding and marketing. I just oh hey Satomi is in charge of writing his Treyarch Infinity Award. Yeah, I'm still waiting to see how they want to do that. I don't know how. Anyone, this is Satomi, one of the cosplayers that I finally got to meet in person at a 2D Con. Awesome lady. So it's I don't know how to feel about this because if you just remake it, then you're taking away the one little bit. Call of Duty more than anything is a thing where they want to go in and shoot stuff. It's gotten to the point of where they barely even have campaigns anymore. It's now an advertisement if it has a campaign. But now if you make it about not the Call of Duty games, then then you're making a movie that they're going to be like, are you going to make that a game at some point? Because
Yeah, it's like, why are we here? Like,
doesn't
what's
work.
the point of this? Like, I'm not saying that Call of Duty doesn't have story.
No, absolutely, it does.
No, I'm just saying I'm not sure if it's enough to translate into a film that is A, well received, and B, makes money.
They just need to find a creative angle to make it like actually worth it.
It's just so weird from a branding standpoint. Digital Circus already covered a compelling story with the characters.
Oh yeah, that
they
episode is
did,
great.
unironically.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately. But all right. So we are on to easy answer to everything. Activision wants it. Oh, I know why they're doing it.
Oh yeah, no,
that was never a question.
No, like disillusions here. We know exactly the reason.
Never a question. None whatsoever there. But all right, so I'm gonna pull this up to make sure that I get these quotes right. So I mentioned a while back, and it's actually good here that Satomi's here. The game that I cosplay from is Devil May Cry, the game series, and the director of all of them but one of them outside of the reboot, which he basically helped direct that anyway, was Hideaki Itsuno. Left Capcom after working there for I think it was 31 years. He's worked there almost as long as I've been alive. But so he left and basically started his own studio, and he had an interview when he talked about like why he left versus other things. And he was talking about why he left, like I was saying before. He said that for me, it was based on my age. This is my last chance, Itsuno told VGC during a recent visit to his studio, Lightspeed Japan, where he was given an opportunity to build an entirely new team and project by owner Tencent. The gaming industry has decreased the number of AAA game releases, and I was asked to create a new AAA game. I'm not young anymore, so there may not be more than now it's the right moment. It's more like this is my last chance to challenge myself. He continued, for Capcom, creating Devil May Cry and Dragon's Dogma sequels is the top priority. Keeping in mind and making the game takes 4 or 5 years, this might be my last big opportunity. Before you realize you are working on Devil May Cry 6 or 7, it's not like I don't want to make them. I do. But it's hard to balance the time it takes with the personal satisfaction of making them. And with Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma 2, I already did what I wanted to make. So, yeah, and it's kind of what I was leaning towards as I was looking more into this. He wants to make his very own thing, and he does not have a lot of time left to where, again, for how hard they work themselves, actual opportunity to make something. Now, I will say, and I joked with Satomi about this at 2D, if he makes something and it's called Angels Don't Laugh, like, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. I want him to make whatever he wants to make. He's one of the most ridiculously talented and knows he's talented people ever. When 4 came out and they did the reboot, he came out and said live on an E3 stage that Devil May Cry 5 was going to be the best game he has ever made. The dude made Devil May Cry 3, which is highly considered to have been at that point probably the greatest character action game. And then 5 came out and is what is considered now to be the greatest character action game of all time. So it's kind of outrageous how this guy just excels at everything that he does. And I'm going to play whatever he makes. I just selfishly am the guy that wanted Devil May Cry 6 because one of my favorite video game characters was going to get the end of his trilogy. So, but they have Kamiya there and some other things that are helping out. So, we'll see. It's just, it's crazy to work somewhere for 30 years and then go, I'm going to go over there for my last 5. That takes a lot of balls. But then again, when you know you've got the pedigree and you can do it, it's, gotta try something.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty then. Let's go on to this one. I wish I might save that one for Kiona, since that's got to do with Kiona. Yeah, I'm gonna save that one for Kiona. But all right. So we have a new studio head at Bungie, which Bungie announced. We are proud to announce that Justin Truman will be stepping up as Bungie's new studio head as Pete Parsons retires from his position to pass the torch on to a new generation of leaders so they can go buy new cars. Oh, that last part was not in the... I like now that, for those that don't know, but the evil has been defeated. For those that don't know, when Bungie got bought by Sony, they had an independence basically clause in their thing that as long as they weren't royally fucking up, they retain their independence. And then it's coming out that like their value was horrendously lied about. Their stocks were not doing good as what it was. Pete Parson was being a royal fuckbag about a bunch of things. And then it got to the point of where Destiny was tanking so bad that it got to the point of where they're now being consorted directly into Sony. They're not like basically Sony's next door neighbor that they rent a house from Sony, and now they're just in there completely. And having a new studio head, getting rid of douchebag, hopefully will make things run smoother. The last expansion that they had put out, I heard did well. I haven't touched Destiny in, dear God, at least I haven't touched it on the 5. Probably 4 years before. God, I probably touched it. I don't like to think of it. Hasn't been that long since I've touched Destiny. But yeah, it's been a while. So it'll be cool to see what happens if they actually turn that crap around. You're playing it now? Nice. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they turn it all around. All right, on to movie news. Shocking! For 4 podcasts in a row, we're going to be talking about K-pop Demon Hunters. It won't be for long, but this is basically what we talked about when we said we wanted a sequel. The director basically said that's what they want to do too. K-pop Demon Hunter director says they could reveal the band's backstory in the sequel. What is it about these girls that were brought them into Huntrix and made them Demon Hunters? Why did they get chosen? What was that journey like? That's basically exactly 100% when we were talking about it, what we said we wanted.
Yeah,
Yep.
this could be like the Godfather 2 of K-pop Demon Hunters.
It very well could be. Potential Mira or Zoe cosplay coming. You pull off a pretty good Zoe Satomi, if you don't mind me saying myself. Yeah, it feeds itself in there because you can then kind of lead forward going with something based off of all their backstory and stuff, because you technically don't have any of their full backstories. You don't even
Nope.
have roommates.
It's really just that one scene where Celine tells like the backstory, like that.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
And a little
even,
bit
even
of the
then,
Golden
like the
music
only other
video.
thing you have is like the exposition from the fans.
Yeah, exactly. And there's supposedly like concept art for a deleted scene where, and I don't know if it's true or not, that supposedly the reason why Rumi's mom is dead because she got accidentally killed by Celine while trying to deal with something, which I would assume with the dad, whatever. There's whatever. What are you talking about? We know that Mira was a problem child because she got too. Yeah. Yeah, that's what Golden was partially that, but it would be cool to actually see a little bit of childhood
and there's
stuff.
also like the interesting thing of like some of the initial early storyboards for Golden, like they showed that like Zoe was like bullied in high school, like shoved into a locker.
Yeah,
and like
absolutely.
just the saddest eyes peering out from the wall.
Oh no.
Yes. Yeah, like, because honestly, I know they didn't show it and they kind of got over it. I wouldn't mind in that sequel, they literally start out with, like, post, what it sounds like rainbow Hanmoon thing, then first day or back into a room in private, and Rumi explains everything. Because you never got to have that. And then one thing that someone pointed out that they made a montage of it is like how good they were showing that the girls are at being a safe space for each other.
Mm.
Like how they always sat down, understood things, like when Rumi ran off, they didn't like yell at her when she came back. They instantly like comforted her. They hung up on Bobby to make sure she was okay first. Didn't eat food until she was there. And they did a very good job of showing how much these girls care for each other. So that'd be really cool to actually show how that conversation went. I kind of want to see the aftermath of. Yeah, I've said this with a lot of people.
Big,
I want Celine to be like the villain of the second movie, kind of.
Honestly, that would honestly be pretty compelling because like we don't see how she reacted to the end of the movie.
No. And I kind of wonder if Celine would have a fucking freak out because they let their version of the Hanmoon die. Where she's like, no, ours was what it was. That was another thing that, like, people keep pointing more shit out. The fact that the song is called Golden standard had to be perfect. The Hanmoon had to be golden standard had to be perfect.
No, there's layers to it. Oh, and also, like, the other thing they need to address, I'm pretty sure most of them know that demons exist now, so that's kind of something we have to unpack.
Well, there's gonna be the thing. How do I want to explain this? How do I want to say this? How not inept, how gullible are the fan? That I was just saying, because they literally talk after the how it's done thing, where they're like, oh, that demon exploding special effects guy was really cool. Like, how? And then someone else brought up, can they see Rumi's patterns with normal people?
I think part of it is maybe yes. Well, here's the reason why, because I'm going to assume once they got broken out of the trance that they saw that the Sasha boys were demons, because after the fact, everything's like in the trash.
Yeah, that's one of those things where someone said they either realized they're demons or they became the biggest one-hit wonder in history. Well, technically two-hit wonder, but whatever. They were hypnotized during it. Might not even remember what your idol was about. But yeah, it's one of those, like, it's interesting to see how they do it. Some other people said world tours and other stuff like that. Celine doesn't agree with how Huntrix is making their Hanmoon, so she makes a comeback and decides to do it herself. Her way isn't good, and I mean it when I say I kind of wanted Celine to be the villain, and I wouldn't be against that. Because, like, someone also pointed out that when she goes to meet with Celine at, like, the important tree, that she senses a demon before she senses Rumi. Because she whips a sickle at her and doesn't turn around and go like, oh, child, I'm supposed to care about.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Maybe I also, this is just me, like, found family, all this. I want to see how, after all this is discussed, how I want Mira and Zoe to bitch Celine's head off.
Same.
They don't need her.
They
not
really
only
don't.
that, they're gonna realize, like, bitch, this is like the reason, like, for years, like, we really couldn't hang out in private.
Oh, 100%.
Also correct.
Yes.
Oh, she already has a freaking sweatshirt with Derpy on it. So it's like, oh yeah, I want them to be like in the tower with their own room. Like 100%. But yeah, I need to see Celine get comeuppance because I have interacted so much with that parent. Not my own. I was very lucky. Well, I was very lucky with one parent. But I have seen a lot of my friends in high school when I was in band and other things where they're just like, no, you're bad and you're having bad times in school because you suck at things. You're lucky I'm not violent or I would knock your parents' teeth clean out. This is not okay. This is borderline child abuse. This is not good. But yeah, it's anyway. And they need to bring up also that you couldn't fucking sing because of Celine, raising your standards, and the fucking demon market's getting worse because of Celine.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much. There's so many little fucking details in that movie. God, that movie's written so good. All right. Anyway, so we are on to some Destination 23 stuff. Mike, I'm gonna kind of let you hang on from here. I will bring the photos and stuff up, but I will let you kind of take it from here.
Okay, so first of all, just to clarify, this is not the big D23. This is like the Florida, the Orlando
I can explain
version.
this. So basically, how D23 works is that they'll usually have like the big one. It's in like Anaheim or like another place of significant to Disney, but then they'll have like a smaller version the following year because D23 is actually only a biannual con.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last year was their big convention. This is like the smaller one that's pretty much exclusive to wasn't it just like one day too?
I think it was either like one or 2 days, but basically it was in like the greater Orlando area, but it doesn't have like I think the destinations are more like smaller news. Usually it's like film related, whereas D23 is very parks heavy.
I'm sorry. I've seen the comments under one of these photos.
Do I want to know?
I don't know if it's just as funny to me, but this is fucking funny. All right. One of the things that got shown was the Zootopia thing. I'm just bringing this up because I'm laughing at it. It's fucking funny. So,
oh God.
Like you have the photo here, and then you have.
Oh no! It is Michael Bolton. No.
It's perfect.
By the way, just so we're not bearing the lead, that's voiced by Patrick Warburton.
That's which yeah.
I mean, of course it is.
And then you got this up here. Your resistance only makes my penis.
I just tell you, if Disney's doing one thing right, they are feeding the furries.
Yeah.
They are.
They are. God. Anyway, Mike, go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to get that out or I was going to keep laughing.
Okay, that was one of the announcements that Patrick Warburton is voicing the mayor, and I think Yvonne Nicole Brown has another voice in there.
Yeah, I think she's voicing 2 characters, right?
Ew.
Let me double check. Yeah, she's voicing EMT Otter and Baroness Bear.
Nice.
And then you got some other cool people in there, like Macaulay Culkin, Brenda Song, Wilmer Valderrama as additional voices.
Wilmer Valderrama, good lord.
Man, that is a throwback.
That is the most just 2000s hearing it name ever.
Right?
Who remembers your mama? Good lord. Didn't Macaulay Culkin reject?
I don't think so.
No, I think he's just taking less roles because he has a lot of money and he just doesn't want to.
He has a lot of money and he's married to Brenda Song. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, exactly.
And they got kids, man. Like, you can't tell me he's not still living large off of Home Alone money. Like, I know that he had a screwed up childhood, but it's like, wait, did you not know he's married to Brenda Song? Now he's like one of the luckiest men alive.
Seriously.
Yeah, like I'm
London
pretty sure,
Tipton, hello, the Prindle.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure like that last season of Amphibia was recorded when she was pregnant.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Brenda Song likes to have a time. If you've ever seen videos, it's basically just Macaulay Culkin. Her having a ball, doing whatever, Macaulay Culkin just going, honey, you're going to fall off the balcony, honey.
God bless them both.
Like, we see them multiple times at, and Kieran Culkin, too, have been spotted multiple times at, like, Monday Night Raw and other things. They're really good. That reminds me also, Topanga. I can't remember, what's her voice? What's her actress's name?
Give me a second.
Danielle something.
Danielle.
God,
It is
Danielle Fishel.
Danielle Fishel. Like, she was up on the screen. And then, now I'm blanking on his name. Will Friedle was sitting right next to her. And they didn't give him a title card. They just gave her one. And they had to bring that up on his podcast around next. He's like, yeah, that happens. He's like, he's just thinking, he's like, I wasn't on Maxim. It's okay. Will Friedle's awesome. All right, but so what is going on with Hex, Mike?
So this is a new original Disney animated film that's coming out November of 2026, and it follows an awkward teenage boy and his type A mom who discover that what makes them unusual might just be magical powers that will turn their lives and a secret world of magic upside down. Give me a second. I'm going to show you the concept art.
I love how vague this is.
I saw someone post on Twitter. They're like, I am so excited that they're making a new season of the Owl House without any of the characters, the writer or the director. Like,
Luce is
what?
now a boy.
I was like, wait, are you being serious? I would know about this because Mike would be exploding. What is going on?
Oh, by the way, Brock, did you see the trailer for Dana's new show?
I don't think I have.
Oh,
yeah, it's called Knights of Guinevere. They put out a new trailer a couple days ago.
Yeah. And then it's even better is that, and I clocked this the moment the trailer dropped, and I was texting you and Cameron. So ProZD plays basically the Walt Disney proxy.
That makes sense.
Well, especially if you know like ProZD lore, it's like funny on like a separate level.
Yep.
He is something else. Something else. Oh, here we go. Yeah, another addition to the adjectives Disney movie list. Hey, man. They haven't ran out of all the words. But
and I also heard something stupid. It was either for Parks or like something else that one of the reasons why they did it was to improve like SEO searches or something fucking stupid like that.
Is that really why? Because that's dumb.
Yeah,
I'm blanking.
Well, I mean, I worked something in tech. Basically that you get a better search, but like Google's fucking broken anyway, so I don't even know why we're still doing this.
Huh.
So it's like search. I forget the exact name. So search optimization. Search engine optimization.
Oh, okay, got it. That makes sense.
I guess it's like easy to like get copyright because remember, they originally were we're gonna do that with like Mitchell's versus the Machine too, and then they changed it to this really fucking stupid thing, and I don't even remember what the alternate title is gonna
Oh,
be.
Connected.
Yeah, it was gonna be Connected, and then when they sold it to Netflix was like, "This doesn't fucking mean anything. Give back the old title," and they're like, "Okay."
God.
No, like the C-suite people are fucking menaces to art and creativity.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to go back to the king creativity, Bodie McBoatface.
Mm-hmm.
Never let fans name anything.
Yep.
Oh, also, I forget. This might have passed the anniversary, but I think Nice Boat just had like its 20th anniversary or something.
I don't know that question, Umbreon.
So Netflix has the distribution rights, but they're actively working on a deal with Sony because Netflix doesn't have their own animation studio anymore.
I didn't know they had. Oh yeah, I suppose.
Well, they did, but they didn't really.
Well, they basically have stock in one now, but only no, that was it Riot that bought stock in Fortiche?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that was. Okay. Yeah, I'm wrong about that.
So basically, from what I understand, I'm pretty sure Netflix owns like the K-pop IP, at least for the first movie. I don't know what the entire deal is, but I'm gonna assume that they bought it like carte blanche. But I guess part of the contract was that Sony could be contracted to make more movies. Like, I mean, the situation is like so fluid. I don't know 100% sure because I don't even think in anyone's wildest dreams anyone really could have anticipated it. It would be like this level.
Not this big, but yeah, it's.
Which, by the way, like they're all in the morning show circuits. Like, Mei Hong and Arden Cho were on like Good Morning America this morning.
Yeah, I was actually just watching that before we went live.
Yeah, it's freaking ridiculous. Yeah, but yeah, it's some of the stuff they showed from what I'm seeing here is interesting. Zootopia 2, that looks cool. Toy Story 5 has a lily pad and Schmarty Punch. So, I mean, that's cool. I'm still one of those people where I'm like, I didn't think we needed 4, but yet then again, 4 wasn't terrible. Of course, Smarty Pants is voiced by Conan O'Brien.
Because of course.
And Lilypad is also voiced by... Good lord.
I'm already starting to see some hear me outs for Lilypad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I get it.
What are we?
I get it.
What?
Oh.
Actually. Is it
Well,
the eyes?
by the way, it wouldn't be
is it the eyes?
It's the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, the come hither eyes. Which, by the way, it wouldn't be like the first time like a Pixar character's been put in questionable things. Have you ever seen the Heimlich flashlight?
Unfortunately.
Okay. So I'm just saying there is some precedent here.
There is. That doesn't mean I gotta like it. But we also have our first look at the new Ice Age. Look at that little guy.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Look at him. He's so cute. He's adorable. So I still cannot actually believe that this is a thing.
I won't
you
believe
sure
that
Disney,
it exists
Disney...
until I see the first teaser. Like an actual teaser. Not just Dwayne on a beach.
Like, how fast of a turnaround did you need a live action for Moana?
We all know why this movie was greenlit, but do we have to?
You know, I saw a quote from Mr. Dwayne the Cock Johnson.
We'll get to that.
Did you put that quote in here?
I don't know if I have that specific quote, but I have some article about Dwayne Johnson in there.
Well, I'm going to say the quote so I don't forget it. He wants to make better movies for himself and his career. No shit, Dwayne! It took you an actual acting in an actual movie where you weren't yourself to make you realize that acting requires acting? And you might get more respect when you act?
I mean, to be fair, Brock, I mean, between like the roids and him getting his head smashed in for a few decades, it's like it might have taken a little time for the train to catch up.
No, I think it was the failure of the hierarchy of power changing in the freaking knife.
Yeah, we can just be honest and call a spade a spade. Black Adam's failure changed everything.
It made a lot of things, and like also the fact that Fast and Furious, even with doing well, is and Red and freaking Red Notice isn't even the biggest thing on there, and then what was the freaking Santa movie he made?
Oh, Red One.
Red One didn't do well. Like he needs to realize that you're one thing. You wanting to do 18 billion things, including having hair care products when you are bald, sir?
Well, he's lucky that he has that biopic movie, because otherwise his career would be in so much trouble right now.
It was, and from what I understand, there was like a standing ovation after, which is fine, cool, do some actual work, but be dedicated to it. You don't need to also be on the board in WWE. You don't need to also be running an energy company. You don't need to also be running a freaking hair care product. You don't need to also be running it. Like, guy, you're fine with money. Let's be real here. You're okay.
It's like him and Ryan Reynolds can't just sit still and be actors. It's fun if they're also producers, because lots of people in Hollywood have multiple hats, but they also running like 7,000 other businesses.
Yeah, it made him look horribly bad. I'm glad you brought that up. Does anyone remember when him and Oprah asked regular people to donate money to Maui after the wildfires?
Oh God, yes.
Two of the richest people on the planet, by American standards, went, hey, so both of us together could pay for the damages 5 times over and not scratch our bank accounts. What if you guys donated? That'd be super cool, right?
That's just, come on.
You're not, Umbreon, you're not wrong. I think that is the most accurate way to say it. And I think that's what he wanted to be. Honestly.
Yeah, now he's running the PR machine because things aren't going in his favor. So now he has to pivot.
Umbreon, did you not know about that? Oh yeah, they made this heart-wrenching, come on, we can go get her, guys. We can really put the money in there, and we can do it. And also, from if I heard correctly, it turns out that most of those people didn't get fucking money anyway.
No, which, by the way, that's like my one hesitation, like why I kind of don't want to go to Hawaii as a tourist, because it's gorgeous, but then you hear it's like, I'm not sure if I want to contribute to this.
Yep. That was a destination for me. I have not left the actual continental, well, I haven't left the United States yet, but it's going to be Canada or Japan. I'm not going to Hawaii the more and more I hear. It's oof. Also gotta watch out for Ezra Miller nowadays.
Oh God, yes.
No matter how they may be looking nowadays. But was there anything off that list you were really super excited about, Mike?
Out of that list, I'm looking forward to Hoppers, the next Pixar movie, and the one that's coming out in 2027, Gato, sounds really good.
Question. Is that supposed to be Incredibles 3?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I was like, where have been the first two Invincibles? What are we doing here, guy?
I didn't catch that at first. I'm like,
God. Yeah.
But yeah, that is
yeah, that's
because I'm looking at this list going, Invincibles? What the hell? Where I missed the first? I understand I'm not
like
up to date, but
like the other big like what the fuck? Because regrettably, as much as I want to like it, and I can't fully because Jared Leto exists. I'm surprised that Tron Ares is apparently getting a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
weird.
The first two only got PG, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. Even with Olivia Wilde in that bodysuit, they still got yeah, that's so much to tell Invincible too. Yeah, no shit. But weird. Here's the thing, man. Before Suicide Squad, I didn't hate Jared Leto. Like a weird side of him came out after he won that Oscar.
Yeah.
I think it's more people were like into the weirdness because he got more mainstream roles. Because before that, he had just gotten like, little like aside roles, and like he was more known for his band than I think as an actor.
He was known for getting his face busted in Fight Club. But yeah, it's because here's the bad thing. The guy can act.
That's what makes all the other horseshit that much more infuriating.
Yeah, because he's genuinely talented. Like, infuriatingly so.
I
but
know,
he just
but he's like
chooses
such
to
a
waste
fucking weirdo.
Yes! It's so dumb! And that's one of the worst part about some people that you get in Hollywood is like they have all this talent, but they can't help themselves but being just. Did he turn into a neo-Nazi?
No, yeah, I think he was thinking of I remember during the pandemic started, he was like on his own like private island, and he didn't know that COVID.
Yeah, I remember that. Like he literally didn't know COVID happened. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, we made like in the early days of RPC, we made Jared Leto kind of a running gag.
That was so funny to me. Just like, what happened?
Yeah,
so fucking
funny. Yeah, like he's of this like weird like sex routine. I don't know, like what it was. And he's like,
I don't know.
He's like, what? Tom Hanks got sick. There's a pandemic.
Swamp Leto and Evan Peters role.
Oh, Evan Peters.
I know, but it makes me easier that my brain auto-corrected that to Swamp Leto and Evan Peters. I do want to see Evan Peters now act out the entire movie of Morbius the exact same way, just with Evan Peters.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. It would really be Morbin time.
It would. Like, man, as a joke gift, I got my roommate the Steelbook of Morbius.
Oh, my God.
Because we collect Steelbooks. And then he had to let me know, he's like, you're gonna hate this. I'm like, what? He's like, that was in my Amazon list. I'm like, fuck off! Because that was one of those things where when Best Buy still had physical media, we would just go in there and grab stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure I've showed it on here, but I happily have this when I don't need to.
Of course.
Like, there's one for Anaconda. There's all sorts of stuff that I've gotten here. But, yeah, Is
there really that much of a steelbook market that they made one for Anaconda?
Yeah! Like, I found it for Anaconda. I have one for Two Guns. Do you guys remember the Denzel Washington, Mark Wahlberg movie based on a graphic novel?
Oh,
God, that's so random.
Yeah, what was the, freaking, there's like 4 different versions of Deadpool and Deadpool 2. I have Batman Ninja, Men in Black the original, which you finally got one after it. Like I'm pretty sure I've shown this, but like I got this for like $5. I couldn't not get this.
Wow.
I totally forgot the Doom movie existed.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. And there's all sorts of stuff like those Mortal Kombat animated movies got it. Tucker and Dale. They're like, you would be fucking shocked at some of the Steelbook releases that have come out. It's something. But anyways, yeah, they just announced Incredibles 3 as a thing, but nothing about it?
Well, they announced it a while ago. Brad Bird is not coming back to direct it. It's Peter Son, but Bird is still writing and producing.
Okay. That's still something. It's like at this point you have to make Violet and Dash adults.
I don't know why they're so hesitant to age these characters up.
Well, especially
Like, you have
what
to.
are they gonna like get like Dash like a third voice actor now?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they have to be. Are they in high school in 2? Or are they in middle school?
Middle school.
Because they have to be in high school or graduated. It has to be one of the two. Because they can't do the core math joke anymore, which I appreciated the living shit out of when they did that in 2. But
Math is math.
why do you need to change it? That was like my sister, teacher herself, biology, chemistry, natural science. Her kids brought home that, and she had to go have discussions like, what is this? Why are we doing this? We weren't taught this way. This isn't better.
But
All
No
right.
Child Left Behind. If you want to just hit me a rip on something.
That fucking philosophy used to mean something. Now come on, we can't call your kids stupid. Come on. I know they're eating the side of the table. Nope, we're gonna make sure they graduate. I know they've got a 0.5 GPA, but come on now, we can't make them learn anything.
Which, by the way, like, legitimately, No Child Left Behind is probably one of the worst pieces of legislation that's ever come out.
Probably.
100%.
No, definitely.
It has done more harm than any form of good.
I mean, it's only really ever punishes teachers.
Yeah.
And you just teach it to the test, which, by the way, standardized testing is such bullshit.
It is. And now have you seen that some schools are switching out what their grades are? It's no longer through 90, it's A, through 80, it's B, through C. Like, I've seen some where you could get a B and, like, getting a 65.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a little bit about that.
Some of the switched up grading scales in certain states are legitimately diabolical. They're like, you show up, you're getting a passing grade. That's pretty much what it is now. And they're wondering why more generations are just completely fucked. Y'all
Well, don't
complain
worry.
too much. No.
But don't worry. You know, we're going to have Chat GPT in the classroom. That'll make everything better.
Well, no, it's not even about, like, Heisers, it's not even that. They don't even teach you about America in your freaking classrooms anymore. They don't, I ask my nephews what they learn about, and they can't tell me. Like, at all. They couldn't even tell me what their subjects are. My
God,
nephew, Cullen, might as well have a 5.5 GPA. That kid is scarily smart. Can't tell me anything worthwhile that he's learning.
That's bad.
That kid is 1,000 times smart. No word of a lie. If I'm lying, I'm crying. That child, when he was a freshman, for Christmas, asked me for an SAT prep book. That kid can't tell me the worthwhile shit they're learning in class.
Oh, jeez.
And we can all testify. Half the shit that we learn in there, math-wise, we don't use.
Oh, no.
Do you guys remember Box and Whiskers?
Barely.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
new to me.
Exactly.
What the fuck is Box and Whiskers?
Exactly. Or let me just see if I can pull it.
We're in the
up.
same age group. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, this caused me to cry in math class, and I just couldn't get it. Whiskers math. Hold on. Like,
I'm sure once I see it, I will be like, oh, that's what
okay,
it is.
okay. I found it. Give me 2 seconds. All right. Share. Make sure it's the right screen. The other one's for later.
Box and Whiskers. What the fuck?
What?
A box and whisker plot, also called a box plot, shows 5-number summary of a set of data. Minimum. I have never seen this.
Nope.
Literally, like, what are the many reasons other than being just bullied and sexually harassed that I dropped out of middle school and I started to do online public schooling because of shit like this? 7th grade.
Is this supposed to be what take? I had mean, median, and mode.
Yep, I remember that.
Hey, no,
Is that what this is supposed to be?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you to this day because I've like been traumatized by it, and it has been slowly erased from my mind. That because I have not used it in 20+ years.
Minimum, lower quartile, medium, I've never been more confused at what the fuck.
I know, and it like it wasn't just the ADHD. Like, what practical logic does this have? Like,
can you what did they have you apply this to? They just put a math problem in it, and like, I'm so fucking confused. I'm so confused.
I don't, because I guess it's for like
what in
range?
the fucking.
Meanwhile, this is me. Imagine like 13 years old.
This was in middle school?
Yep. I mean, probably not one as complicated, but basically, and I literally cried in class. Like, no matter how many times I tried, I couldn't get it because to me, it was not linear logic. Because I'm like, you know, very basic. Like, okay, like, I believe in science. And science, you have to have certain principles that just are linear and make sense. This shit makes no sense.
The more I read this, the more I'm getting lost.
Exactly.
What the fuck?
So just imagine me, like, crying, probably in the middle of, like, PMSing, like, having my first period. Like, it's just really bad time.
When I was in middle school, we still had problems asking what was wrong with Jerry having 78 oranges versus Tommy having...
Because we had the PSSA, so... Which, by the way, never on the PSSA! I've never encountered this since middle school. Not in college, not ever. You know, not in algebra, never fucking again.
This is actively making me tired. What?
No.
Yeah, I'm with. I would have had a fucking. I'm with you, Heisers. I had a panic attack.
I know. I did. Like, in hindsight, I probably had several like panic attacks. Like, and I was someone like I liked math. I never like loved math. This actively made me hate math.
Okay, we're moving on. That actively.
Yeah, okay, bye. Okay, yeah, bye. Moving on.
That actively makes me angry looking at that. That what the fuck? All right. Anyways, so Drake Schreier, started work on X-Men. He tells Empire as he teases what he will take from the Thunderbolts to his next film. The biggest learning curve for me was the proportion of action to the more emotional, character-driven scenes. If you make the character moments half as good as Thunderbolts with the X-Men, you're going to be fine.
Yeah. That's
Like,
I mean, he is right that like the X-Men movies, they have to be about something, and you have to treat these characters with like pretty much all the like the reverence in the world.
yeah.
Because if you fuck this up, you're done.
I know. You know what? It's like shocking. Like this is such a basic thing to say, but it
Mhm.
seems revolutionary.
It is. It is. I the hardest thing of writing that to me, honestly, there's only one character for me that they're going to have a hard time writing. It's Magneto.
Mm.
Unless you make that guy immortal, it's gonna be very hard to keep going and make that guy a Holocaust survivor.
I'm genuinely concerned with how they're going to do that.
I don't know either, because that
Now-
is a
now,
giant
to be fair-
part of who he is.
To be fair, I'm not suggesting they do this, but if they have to you know to make the timeline a little bit easier, they can like they can update the they can update the like the actual genocide. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Holocaust. But
I'm
most people
wondering if they'll make it so that he wasn't in it. He just heard enough from family. Like if they have some of his family members survive it. Maybe.
something like that. Again, it's I do not envy the writers who are taking this on.
Because no one else really is that much unless I'm blanking on something super obvious, is that constrict. There's few comic book characters that are that restricted to a literal world event.
Yeah, like
being a part of their story.
Like Captain America was frozen after World War II. But Tony Stark, I think, is a little bit more fluid.
He is. I don't know if I think I might really not like that, because like, what is going to be the excuse why they had him cryogenically frozen? And how he gets out, like you just found a random Jewish person and had him cryogenically frozen, or like they just had to talk about this random guy with magnet powers that we found and froze. I don't know. Maybe he just came from a very abusive country / society, so he knows about. That's probably one of the closest things they could do to it.
Yeah, like I think say they want to cast like an African American actor, like I was thinking maybe
like the Rwandan genocide instead.
Maybe.
Yeah, or
when did that happen?
That or apartheid.
1994.
94.
Yep.
Okay, that's okay. Got it. Couldn't remember if it was 84 or if it was in the 80s or 90s. But yeah, that's definitely a lot closer up.
Well, the other thing they could do to that is that they can tie it into like Wakanda too.
They could. Either that or do you think they might, if they don't, which I'm not against, because there's been multiple people that have talked about like Denzel Washington or someone playing something like that, but like Denzel Washington's going to be Black Panther because he fessed that up himself. Oh yeah, they would have a field day, and none of them would be racist though. But do you think they could possibly have
Oh jeez.
good? Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
If they did something with possibly him being a Genoshan massacre survivor,
Maybe.
Like they have Genosha be a real place that like got wiped, but they didn't know was home to mutants. like that was a secretive thing. I honestly, I'm trying to come up with something.
But I feel like every like Jewish rights group in the planet would be pissed if that was the case.
You're not wrong. That's the other part of it. That's gonna be that character. I do not whatsoever.
It's gonna be tough, but
like I guess the only thing you could do is like it's either like we do a period piece again, or maybe his powers like because the magnetism he can like age less. Like either way,
that's what I was saying earlier. Like not like make him immortal, but it's like I don't know how to do that. If he was, what would be the youngest he could be during World War II to have for what you think would be a child's good recollection of those events and be on the ass end of it?
Well, let's see. At the end of Endgame, let's see. Steve Rogers is what, like 96?
Yeah.
Could be.
So I don't know.
Well, is that 96 with him going back, living 15 years with whatever, and then coming back, or is he legitimately 96?
No, I think that's his physical age. Well, let's figure it this way. My grandmother is 87. She was born in 1937. So okay. I think theoretically, like, Magneto at the latest would have to been born in, like, 1935.
Okay. 45, so a child of 5 would be old enough, yeah.
So it'd be like early 90s. So if you could say, oh, he ages slower, then you can hire an actor that's like late 60s, early 70s.
That was basically what I was saying, Heisers. But then Bree brought up about like anyone in the comments or anyone underneath this, tell me, is there any other character that is so intrinsically tied to a world event as Magneto that makes that hard for them to be written? Because, like, they're going to have a hard enough time if they don't hire a Jewish actor for Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Youngest Holocaust survivor would be 70s. You know, honestly, if they do some schmaz to where they make him age slow, you could get away with someone looking in their 50s like they're 70. That, I don't envy that at all. Godspeed, good sir. All right, we got some comments here before we get to the very end. Tyler Hoechlin, who was known for playing Superman in the last go-around, was asked if he thinks Robert Pattinson's Batman fits in the James Gunn's DCU. I just thought this was really funny. Well, selfishly, I'm going to say no, because I want to play Batman.
I mean, who doesn't want to play Batman at this point?
Tyler, honestly, look-wise, man, he could pull it off. He could.
Yeah, I could see it.
I could really see it. Tyler's just a talented actor, period. All right, this is what I was mentioning earlier. Macaulay Culkin says his kids have no idea that he and his wife Brenda Song are famous. They see Mama on TV. When she's not around, I put on Sweet Life. You know what Dax said? Someday I want to grow up and marry a girl just as pretty as London Tipton.
Aww.
And Macaulay Culkin just goes, me too, buddy. Me too. That's not in there, but that's what I assume he says. They are thoroughly unimpressed we're on TV. I just don't want them to get mired by all of that kind of stuff. I'm not intending to raise a Nepo baby, no matter how much they're going to be like that. The more and more I hear about Macaulay Culkin, the more and more I like him.
Yeah, like both the Culkin brothers are just gems.
Yeah. It's, especially with all the crap that Macaulay went through, it's nice to see him how he is. Maybe, just maybe, we don't have Magneto. We just have someone took up the man. Now, see, that can piss them off even more because they're like, we don't want to do the Jewish person, so we're gonna make somebody else be Magneto.
Yeah, no. I mean,
which is just like weird. Like, just a like little side tangent. Like, up until like First Steps, I think that's like, ironically, the first time the MCU's acknowledged Judaism even existing.
weirdly enough, yeah.
I know Brock's brain is slowly.
Oh man, I'm spinning here.
Yeah, but considering that pretty much most of the Marvel, universe exists because of a couple of mensches.
Oh man, my wheels are spinning. Did they really?
Yeah. Which is ironic because I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson is Akhenazi Jew, but I don't think she's practicing.
Because I'm trying to think if they've even just made a joke about it.
No. Like, literally that little, bit where Ben goes to the synagogue. That's the only time there's ever been a Star David acknowledgement that Jews exist.
Yeah, like I genuinely
there's
cannot.
Part of me, I can't remember what it is, but there's a part of me that wants to say there is a Jewish something mentioned in Daredevil Born Again. I could be wrong, but I thought there was. But that'd be freaking really crazy, even if it took that long.
Yeah, because it's still like this year. The MC has been going since 2008, and this is the first time that we've had, anything, because we've had like Christian stuff, which is like the whole thing, I don't want to get political, but the nuts is to say Jews like run the world. I'm like, people, it's 2025, and we just had our first on-screen openly Jewish character. And he's a rock.
You have no idea how much I want to rewatch through the MCU right now.
Just to comb through and find
this. Here, okay, opens Google. How the fuck am I going to search this? Have Jews or Jewish people been mentioned? God. In the MCU before. Wait! Isn't one of Moon Knight's personalities Jewish?
I think so. At least in the comics. Let me fact check that.
Yeah, but we're talking like mainly in like the movies.
First. All right, AI overview.
Yeah, Mark Spector.
That's what it brings up. Most notably, Mark Spector in... Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, boy. Hold on. All right. It's not many, but we got some. All right. So, Moon Knight with Mark Spector. Hawkeye. Kate Bishop's aunt apartment features a menorah, indicating that her family has Jewish roots. Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, but they don't address that.
See, there really isn't.
Yeah, we're grasping at straws here.
That's kind of crazy.
I know. Especially since the piece of shit he was. I'm like, dude, like hire like the more you think about it, the crazier it is, and you kind of slowly get pissed off.
AI overview. No, there has been no explicit mentions or depictions of Jews or Jewish people in any Marvel Cinematic Universe movie before Fantastic Four. That is fucking insane.
Absolutely mind-blowing.
Wow. Huh. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. All right.
We found casual racism. So that's And the other thing is like I feel like I'm represented in other things in media. Like, yes, I would like more pieces that like don't have to do with the Holocaust, which is why the Ben Grimm thing was like kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd rather have like other groups, that are like even like less represented than me, which is like I'm glad, Black Panther and Shang-Chi exists, but still that's like considering like Marvel's history in Judaism is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is kind of crazy.
Which is why I'm not talking like anti-Semitism, but like actual like neo Nazis like being into Marvel. I'm like, do you know that Stan Lee and Kirby were Jews, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't like to think about those parts. That reminds me of, we were talking about the X-Men. I'm going to tell this story. I'm sure people have heard this, but I heard it again at the panel. I got to attend that Stan Lee with that, where he was talking about pitching the X-Men, where he's like, all right. He's like, my editor, who was always right. I went into his office and I pitched him. He's like, all right, I got this idea. We're going to call them the mutants. They're going to have this powers. They're going to have this gene so that it can have anyone have any kind of powers and all this and that. It's wonderful. He goes, Stan, you can't call them mutants because no one knows what a mutant is. So I go back to my office and I think about it. And I come back to him like, all right, what if we call them the X-Men? And he goes, wonderful, run with that. So I go back and I sit in my office and I go, wait. If no one knows what a mutant is, how the hell are they going to know what an X-Man is? God, and like the thing where he's like, we're explaining Spider-Man, he's like, no one's going to like a hero themed after a spider. They don't like heroes based off of disgusting things like insects or rodents. And he brings up Batman! It's so stupid. He's just like, editors are wonderful. But yeah. So anyway. All right, so we're going on to a couple last statements here before we're kind of done. James Gunn explains how the DCU is different than the MCU. It is really a lot more to me what the Game of Thrones world is to like what Star Wars is like. Because we're building a universe and then picking out little pieces of it and telling individual stories from that universe. Where like they exist within it, but you're not watching, I guess, episodic movies. I think is what he's trying to say.
Basically, this is what like a comic book publishing line looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's basically saying, hey, we're not doing that thing that they did before I got here.
Pretty much. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow forgets that she's in Spider-Man movies quite a bit. I think there was another person that forgot. Kirsten Dunst says she'd love to star in a Minecraft sequel so she can make a pile of cash. Maybe I can make just one movie where I don't lose money. Ma'am, you were in a Spider-Man trilogy. Where did you lose money on that?
To be fair, it has been a while.
It has been a while. But she acts like she's never made one. She said, make a movie where I make money. Toby was just back as that Spider-Man. We have Hydra, the Nazi-like villains, just nothing. Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and like First Avenger, they noticeably kind of meander around the Holocaust.
Yeah, they said that Hydra was too evil for the Nazis.
They just skirt right around there. They had people stuck in
like hard right, like
they weren't stuck in camps. They were stuck in, what did they even call what Bucky was captured in? No, now that I'm trying. That whole detail is starting to spin my head around for certain parts. That is actually fucking insane. All right, so we got one last thing here about Dwayne Jacock Johnson talking about his Smashing Machine movie. Alrighty. Dwayne Johnson on tackling his most dramatic role yet with the Smashing Machine. It's hard to know what you're capable of when you're being pigeonholed in other dramatic classics like The Tooth Fairy.
Or The Game Plan.
Ay. All right, Dwayne Johnson on taking on his most dramatic role yet in Benny Safdie's wrestling biopic, The Smashing Machine. Wrestling biopic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have no idea who edited this, but come on.
Yeah, because this is like, it's MMA, right?
It's about a UFC fighter.
A UFC, okay.
Yeah. Playing UFC champion Mark Kerr at the film's Venice Film Festival press conference, the action star revealed he has been wanting to expand his repertoire for a while now, machine screens in competition at the fest. I have for a long time wanted this, Johnson said, sitting alongside director Softy co-star Emily Blunt, plays Kerr's girlfriend and wife, Dawn Staples. They divorced in 2015. Now, the three of us have talked for a long time about when you're in Hollywood, as long as we all know it has become a box office, and you chase the box office can be very loud. It can be very resounding, and it can push you into a category and into a corner.
Oh, wow, what a shocking revelation. Oh, and then Zach, Dwayne won't let you forget that he was a wrestler. He himself will make sure you do not forget.
And I like how he's talking about how Hollywood made him chase box office.
And
sir, you have 17 businesses.
Yeah.
And you were loaded before you started them. And you wanted to take over the entire DCU. Like, I've never seen an actor more actively try and make me not like them than Dwayne Johnson. And at such a rapid pace. Like, I didn't care. And then all this horse shit with Black Adam came around. And everything else he started doing and everything involved made me like, how badly do you want me to not like you, Dwayne? Because you're trying really hard. Like, really hard. But if I just had this burning desire and voice that was saying, what if there was more and what if I can? A lot of times it was hard for us, at least for me, to know what you're capable of when you're pigeonholed into something. And when people keep saying you're the third best wrestler turned actor. That wasn't in the script. Sometimes it takes people who you love and respect, like Emily and Benny, to say that you can. I looked around a few years ago and I started to think, am I living my dream or am I living other people's dreams? How many years ago, Dwayne? Was it around a certain movie not going very well? I wonder. You can come to that recognition, and I think you can either fall in line and, well, it's a status quo, things are good, I don't want to rock the boat. You were rocking quite a few boats, Dwayne. Or you can go, I want to live my dream now and do what I want to do and tap into all that stuff I want to tap into and have a place finally to put all this stuff I've experienced in the past and shied away from. I've been scared to go deep and intense and raw until I had this opportunity. That is what he said. The hierarchy of dramatic roles in Hollywood is about...
Well, first of all, was, like, shut up, bitch, like, not, like, deep enough?
Apparently not. Apparently shoving a grenade into someone's mouth in Black Adam was not deep enough. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm excited about it. Like, it genuinely doesn't look like him in the movie, so that's something that is new. I'm excited about that.
He needs same.
To try something.
Yeah, if it ends up good, like, and, like, really good, it might end up on, like, a lot of short lists.
Yeah. I'm already starting to hear, well, because it premiered at Venice, but I'm starting to hear, like, some actual conversations, like, yeah, this could be, you know, I don't know if like the movie is gonna make like Best Picture or anything, but I'm hearing like Dwayne and Emily will be in the conversation for like Best Actor and Best Supporting Actress.
Well, I mean, because it's been kind of a light year. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, there's 10 Best Picture winners. Like, what else do you think is going to be like shortlisted this year?
Uh, Boy, that's a good question. This
I
this
mean,
is this is one of
it's
those
safe
years
to
that's like,
assume. I mean, it's safe to assume that probably like because the last one was that Wicked for Good's probably going to be there.
yeah, that's like almost a guarantee.
Like,
Yeah.
it would have to be like spectacularly awful, like worse, more of a train wreck than Act Two of the actual musical. Like, it would have to be a failure on multiple fronts that it does not get a nomination.
Yeah, that is very true. But yeah. Unless you guys have anything else, that is pretty much all that I got.
Yeah, this was a light episode, but still had a
Yeah,
lot of material.
2 hours in. Oh, for I do want to do a little plug it for myself. Should I do it now or during
go
my
ahead.
outro?
You
Okay.
can do it now. We could just have you do your stuff now, so go ahead.
Okay, it's gonna be very short and very sweet. Okay, now I have the right window open. Haha. So, like I said at the start of the show, for those who kind of trickled in late, I do a podcast called Lay Crap with my friend Geo. Our latest episode of Lay Crap, which by the way, this is like one of my favorite thumbnails.
What was the idea with the gorillas here?
I think before stream, like I'd mentioned like gorillas, I was probably talking about like K-pop. And then Gio's like, what if we just do something with like Demon Days? And then I just photoshopped it. And it got the same font too, and it's called Disruptor Days, which by the way, the Disruptor is the edgy, hacker. You'll never guess who it is. I mean, they telegraph it the first 10 minutes of the movie, but you'll never guess what it is.
Oh, I can't imagine.
But anyway, if you want to listen to nearly 2 hours of us slowly losing our mind, I would check it out. We had a lot of fun recording it. The movie is like horrible. Like, let me tell you, it's one of the few things I can say the hype is absolutely real. That 3% is very, very generous. Which, I am going to give like a slight spoiler. So we have a rant. It's nearly like about like 10 minutes edited down about data. And this movie is like a perfect encapsulation of why world building matters. Why having, any form of logic absolutely matters. So let me just ask you a question, Brock.
Oh God.
If I asked you what is data, what does that mean to you?
I don't know how you want me to answer this.
It's okay. Any answer is fine. Just from your perspective, if
Passable
you say
data in a computer is information stored.
Okay, cool. All right.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. Do you think you require data to make an airplane go? And if you don't have data, will that airplane just fall out of the sky?
I mean, don't have data for your signal, and if the plane's ran by Bluetooth, then
But we're talking about a commercial jet that's in American airspace.
I agree with Heisers. If it was Digimon, maybe. No. Typically, no. That's not how that works. What the fuck?
Okay. Which, I think it's
Does
I'm
TikTok use Wi-Fi ass logic?
Okay, let me just see if I can find a goddamn because I did make a short 13-second clip of this. Ah, God, let me just find this. I should have it stored over here somewhere. Okay. All right. Okay. There's my folder. Okay. Here we go. And no, it's not that one. It's the short one. I hate when it doesn't do endless mode. Okay, date modified. There we go. I found the clip. So this is just part of our raw reaction. This is only 13 seconds, so I think we're good. It is an amazing 13 seconds, plus our voices are over it, so we should be good. Okay.
Who would even be flying at this point?
Airlines are grounded by the FAA, but those still in the air have no way to navigate as their onboard systems have failed.
Here's the sad part. That's basically what I pictured was gonna happen. But realizing that they did it as bad as what I thought they were going to makes it worse.
I know. And there's one part of the trailer that says, have you seen the meme? It's worse than you think. Like, that's an actual text blurb from the trailer.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So, if you... Oh, and they also have, like, things like computervirus.exe. Like, the file names are ridiculous.
Why is it just also a set of tits right there?
It's nuclear tits, baby. But anyway, if you would like to hear more about this delightful thing, it's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, all the platforms. And thank you again, Brock, for letting me use your shit.
No problem. I'm glad people are getting usage out of it. All right, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/K42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us here on YouTube, on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com.
I have
escape,
screenshots.
so do we.
I'm realizing that I might put that in the banners. There's some point. But anyway, if you want to hear more absolute mind butter bangers, you can follow me on Blue Sky at crazylemur.bsky.social. I'm also on Instagram at lemur'srule1. It's going to be stuff with the doggo or just me saying obnoxious gay shit like this. So, yay, follow me, please.
You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. If you are looking forward to Ghosts of Yote, I am doing a giveaway on October 2nd when the game is released at midnight on my Twitch. It's for the digital deluxe edition. If you are interested, all you need to do is be subscribed and watching to win. Yes, Manny, I am talking about you. And yeah, $5 to win something that's worth 80. I think that's a pretty good deal. If you like cosplays and such, you can go over to my Instagram where all my photos and stuff like that. Like I said earlier, my first actual photo session is up on there. I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully going to get another one at TCC. But yeah, anything from conventions and cosplays and such like that. And I can't say it because I don't want to finish it, or I'm not saying it's not finished now, but I am currently working on another cosplay, and it is from K-Pop Demon Hunter, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Ooh.
So yeah, it has me wearing an article of clothing that I used to make fun of people for wearing in high school. So I actively gagged when I put the thing on to try it on to make sure it fit. It does! But I'm only ever wearing this for cosplay purposes. But, alright, until next time, we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.